Hello, beautiful people. So, yesterday, if you go take a look at my video that I recorded, my live video that I recorded yesterday, I talked about decluttering and spring cleaning. Okay, I have worked on some things. As you can see, this area right here is clear. Remember yesterday I had so much stuff over here, except for this. Let's move that. That's the remote. I pulled out some glass bowls because I wanted to see what I have before I go buy something else. When I pack my lunch, I usually use these plastic bowls, but I'm going to throw these away and I'm going to Walmart to get some more glass bowls. But basically, I did clean this area here and I'm going to work on this area today. Those dishes are going and I'm going to clean all of this, get rid of that. And this, I have some things in my car that I need to box up. So I'm going to put that in here. That's my DIY project, that little thing right there. So yes, things are looking better, looking a lot better. So I wanted to jump on because this is my online personal diary. Um, this online journal is for me, so I can see what progress I have made over the days, the months, the years. Um, yeah, because I'm over 55 and mm, I love transformation. I love being the best version that you can be, right? So, okay, listen. I found out that I have anemic inflammation. It's called anemic inflammation. Now, I know when you think about anemia, you're thinking about, oh, your iron is low, you need to take iron pills. No, that's not what I have. I thought so too. I thought would have to take iron pills. But with anemia or anemic inflammation, what I found out, and I just found this out, and you can Google it or you can look on YouTube to get more information. I am not a doctor. I'm just talking about what I just found out, what's going on with me, and I'm relaying the information. But please do your own research, okay? So it's called anemic inflammation. So what it is that my body is very inflamed, right? I have a lot of inflammation in my body, which I already knew because when I had my colon screening and that test that they do that go down your throat, they saw a lot of inflammation, right? So I already knew that I had a lot of inflammation, but I didn't know it was that bad. And I knew I was having knee pain, knee swelling, hands was hurting, um, ankles were hurting, and things like that. So I thought I had my first doctor said, oh, I think you have rheumatoid arthritis. And I was like, okay, well, that explains it, right? So I went to the specialist. And he told me that I don't have rheumatoid arthritis, right? And I was like, okay, so why is my knee keeps swelling, my fingers keep swelling, my feet keep swelling. I have all this inflammation in my body, right? When I had the test, they said they saw a lot of inflammation. When they do that test to go down your throat, they said they saw a lot of inflammation. And so he was like, well, so when I went to a specialist, he said, well, if it gets, worse or anything like that, come back. So that was it for that specialist, right? So I went back a couple weeks ago. I decided to go see my primary care doctor because I was like, okay, my joints are still hurting. My ankle is still hurting. And I wanted to see what was going on. So I went to see my primary care doctor and he did a blood test, right? And in that blood test, it showed that my red blood cells were low. Not extremely low, but it was low, and my white blood cells was low. My iron is fine, my B12 is fine, my vitamin D was low, my ferritin was low, right? But my iron was fine. So he said, let's do a anemic blood panel. So I went back in the next day and I did the anemic blood panel, right? And so we did that. Okay, the results came back. My red blood cells are low. My white blood cells are low. My ferritin is low. My iron is normal. My B12 is normal. My vitamin D is low. And so I was like, okay, so what is going on? Why do my red blood cells, how come I'm not producing enough red blood cells in my body, right? That's the issue. I'm not producing enough red blood cells in my body. So we found out with the doctor, he said that I have something that's called, I'm not anemic, but I have anemic inflammation. It's not that bad, y'all. So the only thing I need to do is change my diet. I have to change my diet. So I'm going to Walmart today to pick up the items that I need. I don't need to take iron pills. When you have anemic inflammation, do not take iron pills. That's why it's so important to go to the doctor and have a blood test. Get a blood test, okay? Before you start popping vitamins and different pills, make sure you go get your blood tested because I have iron stored in my body. I have iron stored in my body. It's just not releasing. The iron is not releasing. So, what I need to do is I need to exercise every day. I need to eat certain foods. I need to cut out sugar, coffee, white breads, and things like that, right? And then there are certain foods that I need to add to my diet. Vitamin C is very important for anemic inflammation. So I'm going to get some oranges and some vitamin C vitamins. My doctor did put a prescription for vitamin D. So I am taking that. So what I've learned is that with anemic inflammation, you have to take vitamin C and vitamin D. And usually he said your vitamin D is going to be low if you have either your vitamin D or vitamin B12. If your vitamin B12 is low, then just it's something else that you have to do, other steps that you have to do. So just go to your doctor. Don't try to diagnose yourself. All right. Get your blood test. Your blood test will tell you exactly what's going on. Let me tell you, when I had breast cancer, right? I had lumpectomy, two lumpectomies, right? And what I found in my blood test is that my red blood cells were extremely high. Your blood work can tell you a lot about what's going on in your body, right? I remember having blood tests and I'm like, why is my red blood cell so high? Like off the charts high, right? And I'm like, what is going on? It was because that's a sign that you have an autoimmune disease or you have some type of cancer if your blood cells are really extremely high. I didn't know that at the time until I got cancer and they started running blood tests. And that is an indication of that you might have something going on in your body or cancer because it'll show up on your blood test, right? So right now, it's a simple fix. I need to lose weight. I need to change my diet and I need to exercise. That's it. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. And then I can get rid of this anemic inflammation. I just have to get the inflammation down and out of my body. Also, stress causes a lot of inflammation in the body. And I have been a little stressed, certain things going on. I have been a little stressed. And then I have gained a lot of weight, so that causes your inflammation to build up in your body. So my focus right now is to get the inflammation down, all the way down, so I don't have to deal with anemic inflammation anymore. So I am going to Walmart. I'm going to pick up the items that I need to be successful throughout the week. I'm going to get some glass bowls. I'm a meal prep for the week so I can be ready to go. So my main focus is myself, my health, and to get me in the best. I just want to get rid of this, okay, whatever it is, because if I continue to not do anything, then other things in my body is going to start to break down, right? And then I'm open to infections. I'm open to different other maybe diseases, cancers to come into the body, right? So I need to build up this immune system, get strong, so I won't have any issues after 57. So the main thing I wanted to come over here and tell you guys is to please do not diagnose yourself, okay? Go to your doctor, your primary care doctor, ask for a blood workup, okay? Ask for a blood workup, everything. Let them check everything, right? When that blood test come back, all right, don't just wait for your doctor to call you to give you the results, or sometimes say, oh, they didn't call me, so my results should be fine. No, you need to sign up for my chart, or whatever chart your chart is called at your primary care. Where I go is called my chart. You need to sign up for that. You need to wait for your results to drop, and then you need to open it up and look at your results and see what is going on with your body, okay? Look at your results. If you see something that is low, ask your doctor, okay? Use it with my chart. You're going to get the results before your doctor do, right? So if that's the case, then this is your opportunity to write notes, take notes, okay? Write it down, okay? And say, okay, this is low, this is low, this is low, this is low, this is extremely high, this is high. Why is it low? Why is my blood test reading low or high? Why do I have low vitamin D? Why do I have low B12? Why do I have, it's a whole list of different things that they check when they do a blood workup. Take your notes, right? And then when your doctor finally gets your results, like I said, you're going to get your results on my chart before your doctor do. Look at it, take notes, and your doctor's going to see the results. The nurse might call you and say, oh, your vitamin D is low, so the doctor wants you to be on vitamin, take vitamin D supplements. And then they don't talk about why your red blood cells are low. They just skipped over that, right? So you need to follow up and say, okay, but I saw that my red blood cells are low and my red blood cells is extremely high. I'm concerned about it. Can you let the doctor know I'm concerned about that? And the nurse will say, okay, I'll follow up with the doctor. And you keep going back and forth until you find out what the issue is. Okay, find out what the issue is. Don't let it go. A lot of times we blame stuff on menopause. We blame stuff on other things. I'm just stressed and stuff like that, when there's actually could be something serious going on inside your body that you have no issue, you don't know what's going on, right? That all of a sudden you have a heart attack, you have a stroke, your blood pressure gets so high that you have a stroke, you have cancer growing in your body. So that's why it's important to go to the doctor. I know I keep repeating myself, but I want somebody isn't out there that's watching this video is not feeling well, and they don't understand why they're not feeling well. Okay, so they trying to, oh, I probably need more iron. I probably need more B12. I probably need to take some sea moss. I probably need to do this. The first thing that you need to do, you need to go to the doctor and get a blood workup first. Okay? And that blood workup will lead you in the right direction of where you need to go. Okay? You should be getting this blood workout. At least I try to do it twice a year. Twice a year. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. We're over 50 now, guys. It's no time to be playing around with our health. And I'm the type of person, if I find out that there's something, an issue going on with me, and an easy fix is to change my diet and to eat different or to exercise, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If they said you stop eating donuts and drinking coffee and stuff like that, I value my life more than I value a donut and coffee. Okay? My life to me is more precious than anything else, than food that I put in my body because it tastes good. I don't care about the taste. Give me celery sticks, give me carrot sticks, and give me water, honey. I want to live a long time and I want to live pain free, right? Because if you continue to let these things go on and on and on, your body will eventually break all the way down. I don't want that. Now I have been allowing this to go on because I noticed my red blood cell count was low for a while. But the last doctor that I had, he just kind of went around it until I took control and I started looking at my blood results and I started asking questions. I switched doctors. Okay, I have an excellent doctor. But the last doctor I went to, he wasn't a doctor, he was a nurse practitioner. So I go to a medical doctor now. I go to a medical doctor and I work with my doctor. Okay, I don't tell my doctor this, and this, right? Because the man has a doctor's degree, okay? But we're gonna work together and we're gonna try to figure this out together, right? So that's where I am today. And I'm just glad that I finally found out what the issue was. Fatigue. And it's anemic inflammation shows up just like anemia, where your iron is low. Fatigue, but you have joint pain, um, muscle pain, um, your knees, inflammation in your knees, inflammation in your ankles, and things like that. So it'll show up. Anemia and anemic inflammation, where the symptoms will sort of show up the same, but it's completely different. When you have anemic inflammation, you do not have to take iron, especially if you did your blood work and your iron is showing that it's normal. You don't want to take extra iron. You don't want to be out here popping pills thinking you know what's going on, and then it causes other issues in your body, right? So that is what I wanted to jump on and say. And I want to say something to myself because this is my personal diary, right? To myself, because in a month, in a year, or years from now, I want to look back at this video, right? And I want to say to you, Fatima, that you are doing an excellent job, okay? You are following up with your health. You are serious about getting yourself together, and you are on a journey to be better. And I applaud you for it. You doing good, because 10 years from now, when I look back at this video, thumbs up to you. Thumbs up to you. All right. So I'm back. I hope you guys have a good day. Enjoy your day. And here in North Carolina, it's going to be at least 87 degrees here. So this is a time of year in North Carolina where the weather's up and down, up and down. You're going to have hot days and you're going to have some cooler days. We don't never get real cold here in North Carolina. North Carolina is a great state to live, y'all, okay? If you're in a cold state, look at North Carolina, okay? You're going to like it here. If you're in Virginia, get out of Virginia. Get out of Virginia. I used to live in Virginia. I'm just playing, y'all. I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.